Meet this incredible woman named Fatima Taffo, and she is 72 years old. Yes, exactly 72. Most people, upon hearing this figure, automatically imagine old age, a decline in strength, and a gradual decline in activity. But this woman breaks all the usual stereotypes about her age. She is an energetic, fit, active, and cheerful woman who looks decades younger than her years. And the most interesting thing is not in genetics, not in miraculous procedures, and not in secret techniques available only to a select few. Its principles are accessible to everyone. Today, we will look at which habits help her maintain youth, health, and a high quality of life even at 72 years old. And be sure to watch it to the end because the last principle may be the most important of all. It will be very interesting and useful. So let's get started. One of the main pillars of her lifestyle is regular physical activity. And here it is important to understand one thing. Youth is not preserved due to rare outbursts of enthusiasm. It is maintained due to stability. Many people make the same mistake. They start exercising intensely for a few weeks and then quit. For the body, this approach is practically useless in the long run. Moderate exercise, which remains a part of life for years, is much more effective. Movement is one of the most powerful signals of youth for the body. When muscles work, blood circulation improves. The cells receive more oxygen and nutrients. Bone density is maintained. Joint mobility is preserved. Improves insulin sensitivity. The risk of cardiovascular diseases is reduced. Fatima's next principle may seem too simple, but it's what millions of people fail at. We are talking about quality sleep. Many people perceive sleep as wasted time. In fact, it is during sleep that recovery processes occur that cannot be compensated for by anything else. During deep sleep, the body repairs tissues, regulates the hormonal system, strengthens the immune system, and cleanses the brain of metabolic products. Chronic lack of sleep accelerates the aging of almost all body systems. The level of inflammation increases, memory deteriorates, the ability to control appetite decreases, and the risk of diabetes and cardiovascular diseases increases. Another important secret of Fatima is not related to the body, but to thinking. She doesn't compare herself to other people. At first glance, this seems like psychological advice that has nothing to do with health. But in fact, the connection is very direct. Modern man is subjected to an endless stream of comparisons every day. Someone looks better, someone earns more, someone has achieved more success. Constant comparison creates a chronic feeling of dissatisfaction, and dissatisfaction becomes a source of constant stress. A person begins to live with the feeling that he is not good enough. Fatima chooses a different approach. She only compares herself to yesterday's self. This view allows you to notice your own progress and maintain inner stability. An equally important factor is the ability to cope with stress. Many people perceive stress as an emotional problem. However, its consequences are much broader. Constant stress affects hormones, immunity, the cardiovascular system, and even the rate of cell aging. The most dangerous thing about stress is that the body does not always distinguish real threats from imaginary ones. For him, conflict at work, disturbing news, and physical danger can cause similar reactions. If this condition becomes chronic, the body begins to work in a constant state of anxiety. Fatima's optimism deserves special attention. It is important to dispel the popular misconception right away. Optimism is not a naive belief that everything will always be fine. True optimism means confidence that difficulties can be overcome. Research shows that people with a more positive outlook on life often live longer and are less likely to experience serious illnesses. The reason is not magical thinking. It's just that optimistic people take care of themselves more often, recover faster from setbacks, and are less likely to get stuck in a state of helplessness. Interestingly, the brain can be gradually trained to notice the good. To do this, it is enough to write down 3 events every evening for which you are grateful for the past day. This practice seems too simple, but over time, it literally changes the focus of attention. The brain begins to notice opportunities more often, not just problems. Gratitude is another important element of Fatima's lifestyle. Many people put off gratitude for the future. They think that they will be able to enjoy life after a salary increase, after buying an apartment, or after achieving another goal. But this strategy rarely works. The most amazing thing is that gratitude has an impact not only on mood, it helps to better cope with stress, improve sleep quality, and strengthen social bonds. And good relationships with people are one of the most reliable factors of longevity. But if you try to identify one principle that unites all the others, it will be internal motivation. With age, many people begin to live by inertia. They stop seeing the point in development, new goals, and new experiences. It is at this point that the real aging begins. Fatima retained her curiosity about life. She keeps moving forward, not because someone is forcing her to do so. She does this because she wants to live an active and fulfilling life. That makes a huge difference. A person can have an ideal training program, proper nutrition, and good habits. But if he does not have an inner desire to live a full life, over time, all this begins to collapse. Motivation is the fuel that supports other habits. Therefore, the main lesson that can be learned from the story of Fatima Taffo is not to find the magical secret of youth. The real secret is a combination of simple principles that have been working for years. And Fatima's story reminds us that many mechanisms of longevity are much closer than we used to think. Friends, what do you think of this woman? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video that's currently appearing on your screen.